Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got breaking news coming out from Yemen to share with you. So, we're going to talk more about the Houthi rebels of Yemen and also Russia today, as we have this huge report coming out on the Wall Street Journal just today in the last few hours at the time that I record this, that Russia apparently provided satellite data for the Houthis to target ships in the Red Sea. Now, this is very big news, as for months now I've been reporting to you guys that the Houthi rebels have been targeting merchant ships in the Red Sea and also the Gulf of Aden. We've probably had over a dozen ships by now that have either been struck, some of them even sunk. We've even had some of the crew members being injured and some killed even, I believe, in the recent past, just this year. They've been attacked by ballistic missiles, drones, naval drones, all kinds of equipment being used from the Houthis to target these ships. And now it looks like, according to the Wall Street Journal, they're stating that Russia supplied the intelligence and targeting data for the Houthis to do this. So apparently what they did was they transferred this satellite data from Russia over to IRGC officials who were on the ground inside of Yemen operating alongside the Houthis. Then they transferred this data over to the Houthis, in return using this to target the ships in the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. Okay, so very big news today. And we've definitely been hearing a lot recently that the Russians are starting to expand their reach. They're working with the North Koreans right now, obviously Iran. They have been working with Iran for a while as well. And then potentially even China. We've been hearing a little bit about that now. And then now this huge report today in regards to the Houthi rebels, okay? So remember, too, that even the Houthi rebels have targeted U.S. warships and U.K. warships down in the Red Sea as well. So very dangerous situation that we are in right now. I want to talk some more about this today. So we're going to hop in to a report that I have over here from the Jerusalem Post. Russia aided Houthis in targeting global shipping, disrupting trade, says report. The Wall Street Journal reported that Russia supplied targeting intelligence to Yemen's Houthi forces for attacks on Western ships in the Red Sea. Okay, again, this is just coming out today, October 25th. Actually, this is ahead of me. Today's date is actually October 24th, but this report is coming out in, I believe, which is Israeli time. This is Jerusalem Post, okay? So it's coming out a little late ahead of me, but I'm currently in October 24th, 2024, okay? So very fresh report coming out now. Yemen's Houthi terrorists used targeting data provided by Russia to attack Western ships in the Red Sea earlier this year, an exclusive Thursday Wall Street Journal report disclosed. According to the report, the Houthis used Russian satellite data to destabilize the region as the Israel-Hamas war expanded throughout the past year. A person familiar with the matter and two European defense officials reportedly told the Wall Street Journal this information. Furthermore, the data was passed through Islamic Revolutionary Guards Corps members, or IRGC members, embedded within the Houthis, one of the sources reportedly said. Again, so as it states here, this data comes from Russia to the RGC members that are on the ground within the Houthis, then transferred over to the Houthis, in return attacking the merchant ships, okay? So the report added that the assistance of Russia to the Iran-backed Houthis, designated by the U.S. as a terror group, showed Russian President Vladimir Putin's commitment to causing instability in the Middle East and undermining the U.S. and Western world. For Russia, any flare-up anywhere is good news because it takes the world's attention further away from Ukraine, and the U.S. needs to commit resources, Patriot systems, or artillery shells, and with the Middle East in play, it's clear where the U.S. will choose. Alexander Gabuev, director of Carnegie Russia Eurasia Center, a think tank based in Berlin, reportedly said. So that kind of makes sense. I mean, if you're Vladimir Putin, it would make sense to stir up conflict down in the Middle East to kind of distract the U.S. away from supporting Ukraine. Obviously, we know that Russia is very focused on trying to take Ukraine. They've been pushing hard on the Eastern Front and are steadily, increasingly pushing on the Eastern Front, taking over a little bit more land each day. And we've definitely been hearing over the last few months that the Russians for sure are moving forward in some of the sectors of Eastern Ukraine, okay? So moving on here, it says, the report noted that neither the Russian government nor the Houthi spokesman agreed to the Wall Street Journal's request for comment, as Israel has steadily increased operations against Iran and its militias in the region. Putin has turned away from his long-standing relationship with Israel and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in favor of strengthened ties with Iran, the report added. Okay, so this is just, again, very big news, guys. We're not going to go over this whole report. I will cite this down below, and you guys can read some more of this if you want to. It talks about the Houthis disrupting global trade here. So again, we know that for months now, the Houthis have been targeting ships in the Gulf of Aden and also the Red Sea. And according to the Wall Street Journal, they're stating here that this is due to Russia providing the satellite data for the Houthis. Okay, so again, very big news. And we know that Russia's been wanting to cooperate with the Houthis more. As we heard recently, the P-800 Onyx anti-ship cruise missiles that were supposed to be going over to the Houthis, as far as I know, has not been transferred to them yet, but Russia's been thinking about doing that for months now. And if they were to receive these P-800 Onyx cruise missiles, or anti-ship missiles, excuse me, then they would be able to target more ships and probably even more effectively, even considering that they are transferring supposedly satellite data over to the Houthis. Okay, so this is absolutely huge news, and we've definitely been hearing a lot about this right now. There's definitely a lot of information coming out showing that Russia is reaching to multiple partners for help with their war against Ukraine, whether it be the Houthis targeting ships down in the Red Sea, or Iran sending them these Shahed drones, or North Korea even jumping on the front line potentially inside the Kursk region and maybe even in eastern Ukraine at some point. So definitely huge news coming out today that I wanted to update you on. But let me know what you think down below in regards to this. I'm curious to know what your thoughts, opinions, and concerns are. So share those down in the comment section. That's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.